Welcome to Vivek Net Lab.
Hello everyone, welcome to Vivek's Net Lab. So in today's video, we are going to create some objects, some network objects and host objects, and we will show you how to use those objects in our policy. So let's start with the objects, and I'm going to create a new network object, and I will name it. I have to give a name to this. So let's put a net underscore 10 dot. Okay, net underscore 10 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. So this is how we can create a network object. I need to put some comments. So this is my management network. So I will put it as MGMT network. Let's give the IP address of this network, which is 10 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. And the net mask is going to be 255.255.255.0. Broadcast address included, not included, that's fine. I'm going to give a tag management, press OK. So there is this option of net as well. I will create some net rules maybe in next video, and I will show you what is the purpose of these netting rules. So but right now I don't want to do it because I will create host objects, network objects, and use them in one of the policy. So I will save it. Okay. So that was it. Now I will create another network object just to show you again. So this is going to be my net underscore 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot 0. It is my int1 network. So I will put comments as int1 network. Network address is going to be 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot 0. Net mask will be 255 dot 255 dot 255. So net mask is going to be 255.255.255.0. Then I will, there is an option of net here as well. I will skip it for now. I will put the tag as internal one and press OK. So this is how we create network objects in our lab. Then I will create some host objects. So in the same way, I will go to objects and I will go for new host. So I will add my host, which is host is like my machine. So I will add smart console VM. So it is like, oh, it's not AM, it is going to be VM. In the comments, I can mention something like smart console access. Okay. And the smart console from which I'm using this, uh, this is the IP address of my machine. So 20. And there are multiple options like network management, netting is there also, advanced. I can add SNMP details, servers. Is it any server? No. So I will skip this. In the tag, I'm going to mention management and I will press OK. So this is also saved. Now I will create one web server. So if there is any web server which I want to use as object, I can create that also. So in the same way, in the objects, I have to go to new host and suppose I have one web server. The comments I will let's skip. Let's make it test web server. Then we will put some IP address. We can put any IP address for that matter, 10.0.0.101. Then in the servers, I can select it as a web server, and then I will have the option to configure it. So if I click on web server tab, so this has appeared. I can configure it as, you know, what port I want to use, PHP, Perl, which engine I want to use. Suppose I want to use ASP as well, and protected by. So if you see, how do you want to protect it? So I want to protect it by my this gateway, which is CPCXL. So it is the cluster. So if you want to protect your web server behind any particular gateway, then you can select it. Yes. Okay. Protected by this. Okay. Looks like I'm not able to scroll down. Yeah, I got it. So in the tag, I can leave it. There is an option of groups as well. So if I have 80 groups, I can give it the membership of any particular 80 group. That is fine. So protection here, if you see, there are so many options. So this is basically the web security, and all of these settings are going to be enforced when I'm going to select it, like header spoofing, header rejection, command injection. All of this going to be added to this web server, and it is going to be a secure web server. And so if I come back to web server, then I will have mail server as well, this option, and DNS server as well. So I can make my checkpoint gateway as web server, this object I can create in this firewall. So in the mail server, I have this option POP3, what do you want to use, protection. Then in the DNS server, I can add the DNS servers. Okay, and I can use what domain list I want to use here. So, but I'm not going to use any of it. So I was just giving you a demo. So I will cancel it. Now we will talk about zones. So zones are, we know in the checkpoint, we have zones as well, and we can segregate our interfaces in particular zones. So I will show you where are these zones. So in the network management, if I go, I can see all the interfaces. Okay. And in the interface settings, we can see that these interfaces we had prepared in our last video. If I go in any of this interface, suppose I want to go to this one, 10.0.0.1, edit it. So this is one of my internal interface. And if I go to this topology, if I click on it, modify, then there are some settings. So it says that it leads to where? So it leads to this network, which is internal, and this is security zone. This is what I was talking about. And how do you want to select it? Do you want to use it user defined, or do you want to use as per the topology? Okay, so if I want to use it as user defined, then I have to select the zone. So select security zone, and this is an internal zone. So there are four zones: internal, external, DMZ, and wireless zone. So I will assign internal zone and click on OK. Okay. Now this network is external. So I will assign external zone to it. So I will click on edit, go to modify the topology. This leads to a internet, or you can say external. And how do you want to use it? I want to use it as manually user defined, and I want to go to external zone. I want to assign external zone to this interface. And I press OK and press OK, then this configuration is saved. So this is saved. Now I press OK. Now I can see there are 6 changes which are ready to be installed. So I will click on install policy, and after it will publish the policy, then it will go to install this policy on the particular gateway or the cluster. So I click on install, publish and install. So now it is publishing, and after this it will ask me where do I want to install it. So let's wait. You can see it is asking install mode. So install on each selected gateway independently. And for gateway cluster, if installation on a cluster member fails, do not install on that cluster. So I'm going to install it, and then it will install this particular gate cluster CPCXL. Now I can see the progress. Policy installation is happening. 50% already completed, and it should not take much of a time. Okay, now you can see this is installation is succeeded. I will close it. So last thing that we will discuss in this video is how to add domains as an object. So I will go to object, more object types, network object, more, and I can add domain. So new domain, I can add a particular website dot youtube.com. It should be a FQDN, fully qualified domain name. Okay. So this is all of this is added. So why we were adding these many objects, and what is the importance? Why we are doing all of it? Because we want to use them in our policies. So all of these objects we can create in the policy. So if I go to the security policy, I can create policies based on these objects. So any traffic that is originating from these objects or going towards these objects, we can control that traffic. So suppose I want to create a new rule, one rule. So this is going to be our first rule. So this is I'm only showing it to you for testing purpose. So I have right click on it, new rule above. So this is suppose I'm going to name it test rule. I want to use source. Suppose I want to use source as Smart Console VM. So this is the object, host object that we had created in this video. And destination, I want to use any FQDN, which is youtube.com. And what services I want to use in our rule. It is going to be HTTPS. Suppose I want to use HTTPS. And HTTP as well. Suppose I want to block or allow both of these traffic, and action is going to be allow, or you can say accept, and track. Yes, I'm going to track it. I want to log all the traffic. I want to log it. And where do you want to install? I want to install it on this CPCXL cluster. So that is my first rule, and I will name it first rule. So congratulations, we have created first rule in our checkpoint firewall, where we have taken our smart console VM. This is the IP of this machine, as the source and destination is going to be youtube.com, and I'm going to allow HTTPS and HTTP services as accept. And then I will install this policy, publish and install. And as soon as this is install on this machine, on this gateway, yeah, I want to install it. This rule will be applied to all the traffic from this particular source, and YouTube will be allowed. So the thing is, I cannot verify this rule right now, and I cannot show you the logs because the router which takes me to the internet, which is inside this lab, is not configured, and I have not yet configured the internet access or any connectivity to the outside world. For that, I would require some net rules as well. So that I will create in our next video. I am going to create net rules and I'm going to connect internet to my this machine, and I'm going to show you these uh, the logs for this rule. So once this is installed, it should be applied. Let's wait for a moment. Installation succeeded. Okay, I think that is enough for this video. I hope this video was informative for you. And if you like this, please press the like button and subscribe my channel. I hope you are having a great day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.